So is that like when I say that I'll drop anything to relieve Tyler's stress, like where's the line of completely burning myself but also like being his wife and like that's my role?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or
So Brady, I have a question for you. What's it like when the corn is high, but the chaos is higher?
It's a lot of things, but it's never boring. This is the Farm Wife Files, Life Between the Rows.
Welcome back.
hi guys.
Yay.
We were just laughing to ourselves because we just took a quick little quiz before we got into this episode. I recently just kind of stumbled onto the whole like lifestyle vibes and like crunchy or scrunchy or silky, whatever type of person you are. So we were reading through these and I kept telling Addie, I'm like, I'm every one of them. Like literally I check every single one of these, at least a little bit of them. So anyway, we did these quizzes and it says I am, well, okay, first, just so you guys can live vicariously through us, I'll tell you what the personalities, like, vibes are. So you have crunchy, that would be natural living, low tox, holistic health, cloth diapers, home birth, organic food, sourdough. Think minimal chemicals, but more old ways. Scrunchy is somewhere in the middle of that, might use clean products, but not strict. Might do organic food and occasional Chick-fil-A, realistic balance category most people fall into. Silky is pro-modern medicine, convenience focused, loves efficiency, schedules, and structure. Granola, similar to Crunchy, but more outdoorsy and
I just
earthy.
love the granola.
I know, like why
all
out of all
right,
things?
whatever.
Hiking, homesteading vibes, thrifted clothes, big on sustainability and nature. Homesteader, growing food, raising animals, DIY everything, canning, sourdough, self-sufficiency, often overlaps with crunchy and granola. Bougie, aesthetic mom. I don't know why it started adding mom, because these other ones were not. But anyway, bougie and aesthetic. Loves curated, pretty lifestyle, neutral tones, matching outfits, clean home look, high-end baby gear, coffee runs, aesthetic routines. Research. Deep dives everything, reads studies, compares products, questions everything. Can be crunchy or silky, just very informed and opinionated. Convenience, prioritizes what's easy and works. Target pickups, quick meals, less about ideology, more about survival. Attachment or gentle parenting, baby wearing, responsive parenting, focuses on emotional connection, co-sleeping, etc. Often overlaps with crunchy or scrunchy. Structured routine, sleep schedules, routines, consistency, baby-wise type structure, planning ahead, often overlaps with silky. Okay, so there's those. So then we took these quizzes, and my vibe breakdown is I'm primarily crunchy, leaning scrunchy, secondary research with a touch of structured. So it says I lean natural when it matters, food products, probably baby stuff, but I'm not blindly trusting everything mainstream, and I'm thinking more long-term health. Scrunchy balance, not extreme, you'll flex when needed. You're realistic, this is key, you're not making your life harder just to be pure. You're willing to mix approaches instead of going all in on one ideology. Research-driven mindset, you question everything. Your birth control, IVF, that was from a question I asked her earlier. You likely Google, compare, and think before deciding. Structure, but not rigid. You appreciate routine systems when they work. Yeah, so basically that, I would say that.
I was going to say, like,
the gist of it.
You literally hit a portion of every single one of those categories, I would say.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Just depends what we're talking about.
Yeah, and...
You're probably the same.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in different ways.
Yeah. When I took mine, and it didn't really give me, like, a breakdown between, like, the scrunchy and granola and silky.
I like
and all
what it
that
gave
stuff.
you, though. Yours is fun.
Yeah, mine is the modern homestead intellectual. And it just pretty much says, like...
You have to read, though, because it's literally you.
Yeah, so it gives me, like, a breakdown of... There's a core of the crunchy side. You're not just buying things. You're growing them and making them. And you value that process. But it says... So then it goes through and it tells me XYZ, like I love wearing sweatpants and because there's like that uniform and whatever. But then it says the vibe, it's a high speed brain with a low tox lifestyle, which I'm the first person to like really not care about toxic. So I don't know, give me whatever works and whatever works the fastest. I don't care if I'm breathing in bleach fumes.
Literally,
like
yeah.
I just give me something that's going to work fast. So, but I also appreciate like growing things and like yeah,
More of
whatever.
like natural approach.
Yeah. The motto, this one just cracks me up, but it says the motto. I have a spreadsheet for the tomato garden.
Yeah, literally. Calling you out.
I was going to say, I cannot say that I don't have one because I do. The crunchy level is a 7.5 out of 10. It says that you use essential oils, but you still believe in the value of high-speed Wi-Fi and 2000 clubs bangers.
Yeah, that's it.
You're right. I sure do.
Oh, that was kind of fun. They're
So,
just funny.
Yeah, I love it.
Speaking of tomato garden, though, have you started anything for gardening season?
I have planted a few little seeds outside.
Have you?
Yep, but I haven't. I'm just kind of like experimenting with those right now. And then I was honestly thinking on the drive up here, I'm like, maybe tomorrow I'll go till up or like not till up, but like really get the soil loosened.
I know.
Because I want to try onions this year, and I haven't really had good luck in the
thought
future,
about that.
like past.
Yeah, I've thought about that too.
Yeah.
I'm adding snap peas.
Oh, you have to.
Because Taylin, like, freaking raided your garden last year. She loved them.
And same, like, all the little toddlers
Yeah, all
did.
the kids loved them. So I'm adding those. And then all winter, Taylin's asked me where the tomatoes are. And I'm like, she's just not comprehending that they don't grow when it's cold.
Yeah.
So we're excited to do those again. Yeah, I have a whole list. I'm going to do, like, some other... It's nice to have, like, she can go out and grab them and eat them. As far as, like, the cherry tomatoes and the snap peas.
Yeah, I'm going to do less tomatoes this year, but I am still obsessed with my green peppers because you can just chop them up and put them in the freezer and just be done with them. And then, I'm going to do more green beans this year, and then the sugar snap peas will 100% be a staple. Same with cucumbers.
Oh, I love cucumbers,
And then I'll do some more pumpkins.
It's so nice to, like, go to a get-together in the summer, and you have to make something. You just run out to the garden, grab a cucumber to do, like, a pasta salad, and throw it in there.
Well,
like, there's just something so,
I
like...
was going to say, I'm the cucumber salad girly.
Yes.
Like, give me all the cucumber salads.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that season.
Yeah.
Just going out and growing things.
Aaron and I were literally just talking about that yesterday. We're like, we cannot wait to just start our garden.
This year, I'm actually going to order some, like, nice strawberry plants.
I never have good luck with strawberry
Me
plants.
either, but I always buy them, like... And then I read that there's 2 different kinds. If anybody out there is, like, a big strawberry farmer, please comment and tell us what we need to do. Because I know the research I did, there's 2 different kinds.
There's, like, everbearing.
Yeah, and I think those maybe do better, like, the more you let them grow each year.
Yeah.
But anyway, besides the point, that's my goal for this year is to have, like, a really good strawberry plant.
Yep, I will live my life through you.
That's fine. I'll figure it out, and then you can... And then I'll give you the tips for next year.
You can just come do my zinnias, because I have
I'm
so
good.
many.
I'll give you strawberries, you give me zinnias.
Yeah, have so many zinnias.
Deal. That sounds good.
Anywho, yes.
Yeah, back to what we're supposed to be talking about. Just like the different labels we have.
Yeah, we do. We talk about this like hit or miss throughout just kind of our whole podcast, and that's kind of what we...
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of our theme.
Yeah, I like that we have different labels in our lives, and we look at life in a different way. But right before we pushed record, we were starting to talk about, or you said, I don't know how you're going to feel about what I'm just about to say, but...
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is my outlook on, this thing that we were talking about.
Yeah.
And we were talking about just, like...
roles as spouses.
Yeah, like, what should the man be responsible for doing? And I ultimately was just like, no, Brady, I agree with you. Mm-hmm. We were talking, like, one of the situations that maybe not have related back to what we were just talking about, but...
Right, we were basically just saying, like, we feel like, or I feel like a man should be the provider, regardless of, and this is coming from someone who, I mean, I stay at home, so I don't provide. I mean, yes, I had my candle business, and I, like, did very briefly a little bit, but, like, I mean, from, like, very early on, that was just something that Tyler knew and that I expected of him. Like, when we were going to have children, I would not have them until I was able to stay at home with them. And that was not something that I honestly, because it was in the very beginning of our relationship, I really thought it would, like, kind of make him shy away. But I didn't realize that his mom stayed at home with them throughout their childhood. So it was something that he wasn't even shocked about. I mean, he was very much, that I wouldn't want you to do anything else.
Right.
But just, like, looking at other people's lives and careers and families, I don't know, I just feel like if your wife wants to be a stay-at-home mom, I feel like it's your job to provide and make that happen.
Yeah, and I that's when I said, Brady, I agree with you. I said if I went to Cody and I said that I would want to be a stay-at-home mom or be stay-at-home, Cody wouldn't first say, okay, let me do it. He would say, let me check you into a mental hospital because something's wrong.
You're crazy pants.
But, you know.
But then after that fact, he'd be like, okay.
And you know, at the end of the day, that was something that we closed that conversation out by saying, those are those important questions that you should ask before having kids. And those are the important questions that you should ask before truly getting into like a more like serious like relationship, marriage, all of that type of stuff.
I feel like it's things you have to ask yourself too.
Right.
And be like completely bluntly honest with yourself. Like, okay, maybe right now this is not something I could foresee for myself, but what about in 5-10 years?
Right.
Especially those of us in the friend group or like even people not even in the friend group, just a rural area. I feel like people are together at a younger age than other places.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's very common to be, like, high school sweethearts or go to college, find the one in your very early, like, well, even probably late teens, early 20s, and stay with that person and marry them and be with them forever. Like, I just feel like some of those, well, even, like, the episode, I mean, just talking about labels, like, I feel like I've grown into the label I have now. Like, me back in college drinking jungle juice that some people made, probably mixed it with their bare hands, and I just thought it was a good, great, wonderful time. Yeah, and now here I am, like, I
don't touch that bunny rabbit, Taylin.
Literally, yeah.
The bunny rabbit.
You see what I mean? Like, the person I was when Tyler first got with me and we started a relationship is completely different.
And I think that's the only I don't know if there's like the respectful way or it's the only way that you should be able to look at those things of when I'm 18 years old, would I have said that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom? I still would have said no. Mm-hmm. Now, me 27, do I say the same thing? Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Has my outlook changed on certain other things that I may have answered differently? Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so whether that changes because of the life events or that changes because of the experiences that we go through, whatever the case is, I think that's important to call out and at least acknowledge that it's okay to not have all the questions and the answers. And
I do feel like from my perspective about our podcast, something that's super refreshing for me is, and why we wanted to start this, having such different backgrounds and just like careers now. We're both farm wives and we both can have the gill over the farm or want to like, there's certain like roles we want to fill as far as being a farm wife. But I like that we are so diversified as far as like I am a stay-at-home wife and mom, and you do have a full career, and so we can really like have that relatability in our conversations for other people listening. Just because you have a full-time job doesn't mean you can't fill the stereotype of being a farm wife.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just because I'm a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean I'm doing a better job as a farm wife because you have a full-time job. And that's why I like how different our lives are, so that listeners or people that listen to our podcast can be like, yeah, I can relate more with Addie because I have a full-time job, and look how her and her husband are doing with their farm. Or, yep, I stay at home with the kids like Brady does. Like, it's just refreshing to know that there's two completely different ends of the spectrum, but we're both farm wives.
Right. I think we started the conversation about, like, Crunchy Mom, and, everyone, whenever one person hears, or this group of people hear this one label, they already have this conceived connotation that comes to their head. And so when I hear the word farm wife, or a friend hears the word farm wife or something, we always get to the point where, okay, they're taking care of the chickens, they're making the sourdough, they have the garden, they're wearing the aprons, they're wrangling the toddlers, and that isn't always the case. And I think you can still have a label. And I don't like putting labels on people, so that's not my intention with us having this conversation. I think it's just easier for us to say I think we're putting labels. But
and I think we're more like getting a kick out of the all the different labels and how they're categorized.
Right, but when we say, I have a label, And I'm proud to have the label of farm wife. I'm proud to have the label as a corporate girly. Whatever label that we're going to stick on, I don't necessarily think that everyone, you have to fit the world's connotation or the world's perception of that label. Like, you could have the traditional farm wife, like I said, the sourdough, the chickens, the aprons, the garden, all of that stuff. But you could also have that modern farm wife.
Oh, for sure. I mean, even as a stay-at-home mom, like, sometimes I catch myself being a little bit like, oh, I hope people aren't judging me, because I am not like your typical, oh, you stay at home with the kids, so you're home all the time. I'm rarely ever home.
Yeah.
Like, we are always out doing something. We're out at the farm. We're riding with Tyler. We're up in Lincoln. We are at the park. We are at one out of the 10 moms groups I'm in. We're doing a church event. Like, I'm busy. I may be a stay-at-home mom, but we are go, go, go all the time. And sometimes I'm like, oh gosh, maybe I should be, like, quote unquote, staying home more. Like, but then I'm like, why does it matter? Like, my kids are happy. I'm happy. Like, Tyler's happy. Everybody's thriving. Like, I still have the label as a stay-at-home mom and a farm wife and a farm mom, but it looks different than others, and that's okay.
Yeah, I think having the idea of it being going into just looking at that way of life, knowing that it's okay to have different versions of each label, I think is healthy, and it needs to happen, because there's pros and cons to every single decision that we make every single day in our life. And, you know, these decisions of, do I go to this mom's group today? Do I go to this church group today? Do I do this? Do I do that? Like, that's a decision that is going to be made, and it needs to be made, and we're just going to roll with the punches as it comes up. And so I agree with that 100%.
Well, and I will say, as far as, like, labels, obviously this is something we've talked about so much on this podcast, is how type A we are.
Oh, gosh.
Which I wanted to ask you, because with my type A personality, especially getting into busy season here with planting and, just getting done putting liquid on and whatnot, like, you can feel it. Like, we're just really starting to, like, spring's in the air, stuff's starting to go. Like, it's getting a little bit crazier, which there's, like, such a funness that comes with that. But then also, like, anxiety of, it's go time. It's, stuff breaks and people are moving all around and we've got equipment on the road, and I just get a little bit more anxious and But anyway, Tyler gets amped up and anxious. He will never say that. Never, ever, ever would he look at me and say,
I'm anxious.
Yeah. No, not in 100 years. But I know it and I can feel it. And he'll bring up conversations or we'll talk about certain things. So being so type A, I find myself, like, I want to fix everything for him. Like, I can't even think of a scenario right now. I literally cannot think of one thing. But let's just say, like, that if he's having troubles with the planter and he needs to get this fixed, so he needs parts, but John Deere and Beatrice doesn't have them. Like, I'm going to go out of my way and make myself more anxious and stressed, because, like, can I go to Hebron? Can I go to, like, does down in Washington have them? Like, where can I go to, like, get this for you, to make you feel better, to, like, put ease on your life? But it puts more of a burden on my life.
Yeah.
And I'm so bad about that.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know if there's a happy medium, or do you relate, or, like...
Yeah, and I don't know, farm-ish related, not really. I have started pushing back with Cody so much, just because life for me is kind of a chaotic, messy life right now,
Right.
Good and bad. And so Cody has always been like, I know we need to get a surveyor down on our land to survey out a portion of our land so we can do legal fun things with it. And so I'm like, okay, where are you at with that? Well, I just haven't had time to find to call anyone. And so finally I'm starting to push back, and I'm like, no, like, you have to, because I'm not going to make that phone call. Like, no. I will, but I'm just going to have to then call Cody and ask questions.
Yes, right.
And so it's like
he has the information in his head, let him do it.
Right. And so that's where it's like, I am not going to inconvenience myself. And this is horrible, because it's like, I'm kind of inconveniencing my husband, but at the same time, I'm being the middleman.
Yes.
And so at that point, I was just like, here are numbers that you can call. I sent him the numbers. I looked them up. Yes, I'm inconveniencing myself to do that. He is more than capable of doing it. But if you're saying that you don't even have time to call somebody, I know that you don't have time to like research who you should do. So
Yeah.
here are the people that you should call. Click on the number, give them a call, figure it out.
Yeah.
Let me know how I can best support you after that. And so whether that's farm related or not, but it gets down to the point where,
You have to set those boundaries.
well, and it's not necessarily setting the boundaries, like specifically with that situation. It's just like saying, why am I doing everything, or why am I doing all of these things when you're sitting in a tractor all day and you're sending me Snapchats?
Or TikToks.
Right. I'm
Yes.
like, you say that you don't have time to do this, but you're sending me these things. And
Right.
that, one of my biggest, like, just life pet peeves is when I'm requesting something to be done from somebody else, or like,
Oh,
hey,
you have to wait.
we need to do this, or we need to do that, or, you know, business related or not. But I see you sending me TikToks, but you still don't have me the thing that I just request, you know, like I requested. Like, I personally am not
Drives you
scrolling
crazy.
through TikTok until I have my shit done.
Right,
Sorry, not
yes.
sorry, but,
I feel that too.
and oh my, there's just some
I hope
people.
I've never been.
No, but there's just some people.
Yeah.
Or like, okay, I'm going to use an example for just to give our viewers some clarity, but like most of the time I'm the one that edits and figures out the
Yes.
tech and
Yep.
makes sure that the subscriptions and all like that's me. I'm very much behind the scenes.
Yes.
And
You like that.
Yeah, love it. And
Honestly, not to interrupt you or
Yeah.
anything, but I feel like most of your like ventures or business like happenings, you're kind of the behind the scenes gal.
love it.
Yes.
Love it. Where when we first started talking about doing this podcast, you were like, I would love to do the like marketing and the social media posts. I'm like, good, great, lovely. I don't want
Yeah.
to touch
And
it.
I did want to dabble in the editing, and for whatever reason, like
You just
I didn't like it.
Well, yeah, you got so frustrated with it. And
Yes.
I was just like, let me take it on. And I picked it up really quickly
did.
and giving myself a good gold star there, but I'm kidding.
no, seriously, yeah.
But yeah, it came down to, yes. So I'm going to relate it back to, if you would come down and you were posting your own TikToks, like editing your own, and like we haven't posted anything on, that's where
Right.
I would be like, all right, no, that would just
And I have
irk
done
me.
that and caught myself. And I'm
Like-
like, I posted my own TikTok, but I don't think I've had anything scheduled for our TikTok.
Yeah, and I'm not
But that's a
perfect.
good on me. Like, I need to.
But we
like,
all-
I'm glad I can have that realization and be
Right.
like, okay, this, like, we love this podcast. It's not necessarily a job. Like, I don't
No.
look at it like that.
No.
But still, at the end of the day, like, I've signed up to put effort into this, so I need to do that.
And-
because I'm asking you to put effort into editing and into, you know, your behind the scenes work, so I need to follow through with that stuff that I have said I'm going to do.
And I think it comes down to holding our husbands back in the same way. You expect me to have your clothes washed, have food in the fridge. I may or may not be home to like actually cook a meal, but I'm at least strategic enough to be like, okay, there's leftovers of this thing in the
Yeah.
fridge, or I've prepped this, just put it in the fridge or the oven or whatever. But
Okay, and I'm not to interrupt you again,
Yeah.
but this has got me thinking when we first started this episode talking about as a husband, we felt like their role was to provide. So this kind of brings me to as a wife.
oh, I don't know if you can hear it, but Taylin's just right upstairs, and
She must be able to hear us.
you can hear Taylor. She's yelling,
Mommy,
"Mommy, mommy!"
Oh gosh. It's a miracle we get any episodes.
I know.
recorded. But it just kind of like, again, like I want to put myself in a place of what's the right, like hold myself accountable too. Like if I am thinking that men and husbands should be the one providing, what's my role look like?
Yeah,
and how should I
absolutely.
fulfill that?
Absolutely.
So is that like when I say that I'll drop anything to relieve Tyler's stress, like where's the line of completely burning myself but also like being his wife and like that's my role?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like when should I drop the ball on maybe like a church event or a mom's group so I can fulfill my husband and his needs? Like where do you see what I'm saying? Where does that line? Because
It's
biblically
very-
we're called
I was
to
going to
serve our
say,
husbands.
it is very muddy,
Yeah.
especially in this modern world, because yes, biblically, like, men should be the breadwinners of the house. Men are the ones that provide safety, structure, monetary needs, all of that stuff to the house. And women should stay home, or like typically stay home, and
kind of the caretakers.
Yeah, they are the family. They're the homemakers.
Yes.
And so yes, biblically that has been that is what the Bible says. However, modern day, it looks a lot different. Cost is going up across the world, and so now we see a lot more women working, whether they choose to, they want to, or they have to, whatever that looks like. But I think, like with Cody and I have gotten to the point where we've had very tough conversations where he knows that he is stressed, and I know when I shouldn't test the boundaries because he's stressed, or he knows that I'm stressed and he like knows that he should just pick up some
help. You guys can just read each other really well now.
Yes, we can. And so that helps a lot. But there's points where I'm not sitting down and telling him exactly what happened in my day and all the things that pissed me off and why I wanted to cuss out 10 different people today. Yeah. I'm not doing that. And so he doesn't understand the stress that I just went through, and like relating it back to you, like Tyler doesn't know that Taylin may have spilled 4 cups of milk today.
Right, yeah.
Like, you're not sitting down and texting our spouses every single thing that happened throughout the day. We're just expected to handle it, move on, and do it. But there comes to that point where it's like, where do you drop the ball? Where do you say, I'm not doing this, whether it's because I don't want to go, I don't want to do it, or I can't. Right. I think there's a difference between don't want to and I can't. And that's where I struggle with. If I don't want to, I am always going to prioritize the I don't want to over I can't. I will never want to put myself in the I can't thing, but I'm going to deprioritize things that in my life.
Yes.
That only affect me.
Well, and I think that's a struggle of being so type A.
Yes.
Because it's like, where do you give? Because it's like, we know that if we are going to say, okay, I cannot prioritize this event or this thing because I'm running on nothing. But then I know if I don't do that, I'm going to feel guilty. And so it's like that I'm not really prioritizing my own mental health because I'm just going to feel bad that I had to take a step back from whatever said something is. So you see what I'm saying there? So like, I just feel like there's
especially when there is when you're going back on your word. I'm very much if I'm going to say I'm going to do something, I will do it.
Yes.
Like, I want people to know that when I say that I'm going to do something, they can trust me to do it.
Yes.
110%.
Yes.
I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. It eats me alive when I say I can't do this because XYZ has popped up in my life and I need to prioritize that over this.
Oh, me too.
And like, it's not necessarily like the prioritizing, because sometimes it is like saying, I have to deprioritize this friend get together because my brother needs me, and or Cody needs help on the farm, or X, Y, whatever that case is. I hate making someone else feel deprioritized or
just like ruining their plans. Like,
yes.
Yeah, I hate that too. That's a really bad feeling.
And I get it. Life happens and things happen and all of that stuff. But it's different of saying I can't do this right away, declining like an invite to something because you have something else scheduled. Yeah. Sure, lovely. But that's how I roll. We have a birthday party that's coming up on Saturday, I believe, and so it's like I had something else pop up, but I already committed to this birthday party, and I may have wanted to go to this other thing a little bit more just because I know it would fill my bucket more. But here I am going back, and I said I was going to the birthday party, so I'm going to show up for this birthday party. Yeah. Even though I know that I would probably get a little bit more like self-worth and bucket filling mentality of these other things. But it's a tough thing to learn. And it goes back like being type A and just helping out on the farm and try to take away some stress.
Well, and then another thing I really struggle with, especially when we get into the busy season of like, just like rolling and like digging in and getting
Yeah.
through and like helping my husband out and still being the mom and the wife that he needs at the end of the day. But there just comes a time where it's like I find myself doing this through the months of busy season, and then I'm like, I don't remember the last time I have like had a meaningful like conversation with my husband. Like I get to a point of feeling like I'm just his runner,
Yeah.
which I get it. Like he's in a busy season too, but like we're all in busy seasons at different times of our life. Like why do you just get to drop the ball because you're now in said busy season?
Well, I don't know if it's like dropping the ball, because I know Cody is typically pretty good about saying, like, are you crazy? We're not going out of town over in the middle of calving. Like, I
Right.
know we have done that before, but it's like we don't have a choice of this farm
Yeah.
show is only happening this time. So,
That was so fun also.
yeah, it was.
And
But
he actually wants to go back to it.
I know he does. He
I think
wants
we're
to
going to do
back.
Commodity Classic.
I have no idea what that is.
It's kind of similar. They do it in different. Oh my gosh, this is the second time I've
It
hit
is.
that. They do it in different locations. I'll look where it's at.
He only likes the farm show because of the tractor pulling, though.
Maybe they do something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know. I think he would like the Commodity Classic.
I was going to say, I think with it, yeah, going back on like dropping the ball of, it's not that it's not that Cody would drop the ball on something of saying we're in a busy season, so I'm going to do it. And as I'm saying that out loud, sometimes he does, because we have a calendar hanging up on our fridge that's a dry erase board, and I started using that because he would be like, well, what's your plans tonight? Don't text me. Don't
Right.
ask me what my plans are, because that is another text message that I have to respond back to. It's another phone call that I have to answer. Like, and that sounds horrible for me to say out loud, but I have so much of so many needs of other people just trying to get a hold of me. I have emails galore. I'm just trying to
Right.
respond to everyone. You know what I'm doing on Tuesday and Thursday nights, Cody.
That does suck about husbands. I think that is a common theme I'm hearing and seeing.
Like,
They just forget. It's like, Tyler and I, we do a breakdown every Sunday. And then, Monday rolls around, poof, he's forgotten everything that's on our list.
right. Well, and that's where it's just like, Cody could have dropped, oh, I did forget that we had that this weekend, or I did forget
Right,
that
and
we
we're
had
human.
this.
Like, that's
Yes,
fine. I get it,
Yes, but it's like, it's
every
also been
day.
sitting up on this fridge for over
Yeah.
a month now.
I
Take
finally
the time
started
to look at
inviting
it.
Tyler on calendar.
That's the only, like, I wish that Cody would use, like, his phone calendar. He doesn't, but I'm so glad that I finally got, like, you hooked on, maybe it wasn't necessarily
I didn't
me,
use
but
that before
I'm
before
like,
you told me.
send calendar invites. And if you're
Yes.
going to change the time,
Change it on there.
change it. Like, please, because then I know and it's up
Yes.
to date on my end. So then when I'm trying to schedule other things, I don't have to be like, oh, I can't say anything. Let me wait and check because I don't know, So, like, that's where it's just like, I think having a shared friend calendar is the best
Yes.
thing. I mean, not that
For
we
us,
have.
for us type A
I
girlies out
know.
here.
Like, it's not that you have a shared calendar with me. Like, I can't see everything on yours,
Right.
but I just love it. I
Yeah,
just
it
love
is
the idea
nice.
of sending calendar invites
It
to
has
people.
kind of became like a little bit of an argument though, because a couple Mondays ago, like 4:00, and I text Tyler, you have a haircut at 6:30. He calls me, what are you talking about? I didn't know anything about this. I said, check your calendar.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get it. Oh, well, I don't know. I didn't see it.
That's not my problem.
Yeah.
Like,
You had to accept the invite for it to be on your calendar.
Yeah.
So you must have seen it. Your short-term memory loss is not my problem.
yeah. Well, and
I don't
that's
know what to tell you.
that's kind of like the Ozark trip, for example. Like, we were there just trying to figure out a time to
Which,
go
as bad
with,
as
like,
I felt about
everyone.
having to kind of cancel,
Yeah.
I feel better about it because we just have so much
No,
this summer.
But that's like what I was saying is, like, it's just so chaotic trying to go back and forth of, like, trying to figure out days
Yeah.
and times, and it's like, oh, I didn't have this on the calendar, and then I was just like, but you're the one that started. But it was
I
just
know.
like, it was just such like a weird thing
Yeah.
because it was just so chaotic. And
Well, and then I think after, like, last summer kind of took the sails out of my...
yeah, last summer
what
was
is
just
that called? The wind. Took the...
I don't
Take the
know,
wind
but
out of
last
my
summer
sails.
that trip was just a chaotic mess.
Yeah, and then having a little baby, like, I mean, what are we gonna do with it?
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling it. And then I have 2 bachelorette trips this year. Tyler has a bachelor party. Like, it's just, there's a lot going on, and then having 2 kids,
yeah,
it's like,
this summer is just a chaotic.
yeah. But anyway, talking about more trips, we're gonna add to our
I know.
add to our list. So it's in. I'm not like thrilled about it, but it's in New Orleans this year. Next year.
To New Orleans.
Have you?
Yeah.
Do you say New Orleans or How did I just say
New
it?
Orleans is what you said. I say
Is
New
that
Orleans.
normal? New Orleans.
If anyone's listening, maybe correct us. I don't know.
I think I normally say New Orleans.
I don't know what the. I just know it's a French city.
Yeah. So anyway, it's March 3rd through the 5th. It's basically like, I've never been there, but I assume it's like they have a bunch of different exhibits and, farming stuff and kind of like the farm show.
Sure. Yeah. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah. I don't know that I want to go there. Did you like it there?
I went there for a nursing conference for work. And I liked it, but...
I'm probably not bringing kids to New Orleans.
It was right about Mardi Gras time, so it was also like
Isn't this right around Mardi Gras time?
Mardi Gras just happened.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to...
Anyway.
I was going to say... I think the scheduling, dropping the ball, bringing all of the, inconveniencing myself to maybe better suit my husband or whatever, very much guilty of, but I'm also at the point where I'm also very much pushing back on that because I'm like, if I'm expected to do all of these things, I'm going to also expect you to do all of these things.
Correct.
And things happen. Breakdowns happen. You can't really plan
and we
for
get
those.
that.
But when your busy season is.
Yes.
Prioritize things ahead of time and get your other things done.
It's the dirt that I've needed in my new garden beds, since literally November. And guess what? We're going to start planting in about probably what does today?
The 21st, 22nd.
So literally 18 days, we're going to start planting. And said flower beds are empty.
Yeah.
It's things like that. When we're starting to plant April 10th.
Yeah.
It's been that way for the last however many years.
I know.
But anyway, I'm not getting into a tangent. I'll have a nice little conversation with my husband about it at a different time. And I'll be kind. But I think the memo for this episode, I know it's fun to have all those labels and like the vibe, lifestyle labels, whatever. I think we just remember we need to be like just gracious. I think towards other people, towards ourselves.
Especially the farm. I mean,
yeah.
Yes, to other people, other things, all of that stuff. But they're really for you and Tyler, like your family, is the farm really provides for literally how you live.
Yeah.
And so you have to give the blood, sweat, tears, dedication, love.
And I think people don't understand that.
And so, like, you can't deprioritize the farm ever. Yeah. The farm has to be the number one priority.
Well, and I'm going to make a comment that it's not going to necessarily lead us into a part 2, but it does kind of stint on what we're going to talk about next episode. I get a lot of questions about, how do you want to do that as far as, like, my farm venture? Or, like, when I want to talk farming, or why do you know that? Or, why are you interested in that? It's like, this is our livelihood. If I'm going to have a side gig or a side business, why do I want to pour into anything else besides right here?
Yeah, or why would I... It's not wasting time, because I am a firm believer that educating yourself, whether that's about a video game or
whatever
the farm,
the case may be.
Like, you're learning, and that is a very precious, grateful thing that you need to love.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you know that your time and your schedule is already so booked because the farm, the kids, all of that stuff, yeah, it does make sense to, like, why would I want to pour into anything other than that? But you're passionate about it.
Right, exactly.
And you love the life that you live.
Yes.
And so it would be a completely different story if you didn't like the farm. You didn't believe in the philosophies, you didn't believe in XYZ, all of that stuff. That would be a different thing. But you're passionate about it, and so
and that was something that came long before I was with Tyler, too.
Absolutely. And so that's the thing, is like, I am learning. I grew up not grew up on the farm, but I I was around a farm enough to like
agriculture based, yeah.
Yeah, like I understood very basic, maybe mid-level type things, but I've learned to grow a passion and a want and a hunger to learn about those things. And so, whatever you end up pouring yourself into, it needs to be something that you're passionate about. But yeah, I mean, specifically with you guys, the farm needs to be a passion amongst the whole family. And if it's not, we got a problem.
Yeah.
Like,
and that is something we will dive into next episode because we are out of time for this one. But this was a good talk. I enjoyed this.
Yeah, I do think, I guess we wrote down a closing thought with this episode.
Yeah. I just thought this was kind of like a nice little tidbit, but anyway, I'll just read it off here so I don't mess it up with a tangent or something. The farm can take everything you give it, your time, your sweat, and your sanity, but don't let it take your heart. Whether you're a type A bookkeeper or a type B parts runner, remember that your value isn't how much you produce today, but in the grace you allowed yourself to receive. This is a good reminder.
Yeah, go into this week. I guess if you're listening on Mondays when we release it.
Yes.
Just
go about your week with grace to yourself and to everybody around you. And actually, I'm going to add one more thing because it just popped up onto my Snapchat memories.
Oh, no. I don't know if I trust Snapchat memories.
No, it's good. I promise. I don't know why I took a picture of it because it was from years ago. But good for me. It's a Bible verse.
Oh,
one of my favorites. But I just like the way it's worded. I don't know what Bible I was reading it out of. What,
Like if it was King.
Correct.
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to find it. Addie, talk about something while I find it.
So, what about the weather today? No, I'm kidding. No, I do think when you... Brady said it at the very end. The grace you allowed yourself to receive. There's a common theme across all of our episodes where we talk about pouring into our own cup, whether that's others pouring into our own cup or us pouring into our own cups. Allow yourself to receive that. Allow yourself to receive the ability to let others pour into you, because sometimes that's really all you need to just function and survive. And whether that's telling your husband to figure it out on their own or not.
Okay, I found it.
Okay, let's read it. Okay,
so I have a highlighted verse. It is John 1:16, and this is one of my favorite. I think this is my favorite verse.
I love this verse.
But I just love the I don't know what book this is out of, but I love how it's the translation of it. Out of his fullness, we have all received grace in a place of grace already given.
Yep.
And I just think that that is something that we should really remember in our day-to-day life, and just to be gracious because he was gracious to us first.
Yes, love it.
So we'll end with that. Have a good week, everyone.
Bye.
They say a farmer's work is never done. Well, neither is ours.
Come back next week for a new episode of Life Between the Rows.